Hello. This video is meant to provide you with a brief overview of the Natural Medicines database provided by the Health Sciences Library. You can access this database by the link on the library homepage under the Frequently Used Databases tab. So let's scroll down to the Frequently Used Databases section and click on Natural Medicines. If you are accessing the resource off campus, you will be asked to authenticate your affiliation with the institution. If you are a PA College user, you can click there. If you are a Penn Medicine Lancaster General Health user, you can click here. This screen may not be the very first screen that you see. You may first be asked to find your institution. If you are first asked to find your institution, search for Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences. And then after you search for PA College, these two options will come up. I am going to log in with my LGH credentials. All right, and we are now on the home screen for Natural Medicines. You can do a general search, or you can start by searching within specific categories. So if you wanted to do a general search, you could start typing in the search bar up here. There's also the advanced search option. I'm going to take a look at some of these different options for searching on here in this video. So let's start with a general search so you can see what kind of results you find. So let's say we're searching for information on turmeric. So I'm going to type that in and then just click the magnifying glass to search. So this page shows our search results on turmeric. If you would click on each of these, what you would see is that you're taken to different parts of a larger document about turmeric. So I'm just going to click on scientific name so that you can see what the whole document looks like. Because this way we'll start at the beginning. So you can see there's all those other things we could have clicked. If you scroll down, there's a wealth of information in here, including safety, general safety, pregnancy and lactation safety, some other effectiveness information, dosing and administration, adverse effects, general information like that. You can also see that by default, you are on the page labeled professional. If you were looking for information on turmeric to give to a patient, you could click on patient handout. There's also a patient handout in Spanish, a patient handout in French, and of course your references for this guide. So let's go back to the home page and we can take a look at some other searching features in this database. So the next tool I want to point out is the interaction checker. So let's click on interaction checker in this navigation bar. You can choose which natural substance you want to look at. Right now it is loading. So let's give that a chance to load. All right. So in this list, you choose what you want to look at. So you could select multiple items off this list. You'd hold down the Shift key and select multiple items. I'm going to just select this one. So it shows me the selected agent. And then the results summary right here, it tells me there are some interactions found. And you can click to view additional details of the interaction. You can see the interactions are labeled major, which is in red. There's moderate interactions, which is highlighted in yellow. So after the interaction, I almost said interactive, after the interaction checker, the next option that I want to point out is the effectiveness checker. So let's click on that and take a look at what this gives us to search. This tool lets you look up a condition to see natural remedies and their level of effectiveness for the condition. So let's use fibromyalgia as an example. I type in fibromyalgia and click my magnifying glass to search. So what you can see here is there's 51 results found for natural substances and their use with fibromyalgia. And then as you scroll through the list, you can see things say possibly effective, possibly effective. As you would scroll down, you would likely find some other things that tell you it's not possibly effective, but that just kind of gives you a brief overview right there of the level of effectiveness. So if you click on View More, and let's do that with acupuncture. Let's click here on View More. What you will see is that this takes you to a document that is similar to what we saw earlier with the turmeric document. So it has all the information like background, what people use this for, some safety, some effectiveness, adverse effects on acupuncture. So let's go back to the home page and see what else we can find. The next thing I want to point out is that you can search for natural substances in relation to pregnancy and lactation. So right here is pregnancy and lactation. We're going to click on that. I don't know why this is telling me to log in. Let's try to go back here. It should not be telling you to log in because we are logged in. And it says we're logged in right up here. So if that happens, just try to refresh your page. All right. So pregnancy and lactation. On this page, you can click on a substance and it will give you a brief overview of whether it's recommended to use or not. So let's take a look at some things here. The first item, this abscess root, let's click on that. And it's telling you that there's insufficient reliable information available, so you should avoid using it. You may see a lot of other things like that, so if there's not sufficient information available, that's obviously something that you're going to see. But let's take a look, if you scroll down further and see this substance right here, AGA. If you click on this, it specifically says it is unsafe during pregnancy and lactation when it's used orally due to its toxicity and that you should avoid using it. So if I want to find out more information about that, I can click on unsafe. And again, this will bring up a document that has information similar to what we've been seeing on effectiveness, but not just effective or ineffective, but it specifically looks at safety. So we talk about it's unsafe, it's likely unsafe, when it is possibly safe. So that's the kind of information we get there. The last thing I want to point out here is the adverse effects option for searching. And this actually lets you search by adverse effects and then go backwards from the effect to see what substances could cause it. So you can click on individual boxes and it'll bring your items over here in this list. If you want to select multiple options, you would hold down the Shift key and select multiple options. I'm just going to take a look at one. So let's, for an example, take a look at alopecia. So you can see that I've clicked it and it shows me that alopecia is an adverse effect listed with these 19 different substances. And so maybe I want to learn more about one of these substances. Like, for example, I want to learn more about autumn crocus. So I would click on that. And this has that document that, again, is similar to what we saw with turmeric. It defaults right to the adverse effects section of the document. But if I wanted to go to any of the other sections of the document, I would just click over here in the navigation menu. And that concludes our brief overview of the Natural Medicines database. If you have any questions about using the resource or if you need any assistance, please contact the Health Sciences Library.